Hi everyone! Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. Today we're making 锅包肉. It's a extra crispy sweet and sour pork, Northern Chinese style. The color is lighter compared to the South Chinese style that you're familiar with, which I have made it before. For those of you who haven't watched it yet, I'll put the video link in the description so you can check that recipe out. The first time I had this dish, it was in my friend's college graduation party. He is from Dongbei, a northern Chinese province. He made this dish. Oh my god. It's gone as soon as he puts it on the table. People went nuts eating it. It was so good. So let's get started. You will need some pork. The best cut for this recipe is pork loin. Cut it in half and slice it against the fiber. You want to cut this into 3 mm thick pieces. When you reach the last piece, you can pat it on the cutting board and slowly slice it like that. There you go. If you want to use pork shoulder or pork butt, those cuts will work fine too. Simply marinate the meat with half teaspoon of salt, some white pepper to taste. You can also use black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda to tenderize the meat. Last but not least, 1.5 tablespoons of Chinese cooking wine, and mix it well. The meat is thinly sliced, so you really need to rub in between each piece so the marinade can be evenly distributed. And let it sit for 10 minutes. Next, we're gonna coat the meat with a thin layer of cornstarch. Take a piece of meat, unfold it, pat it into the cornstarch. Then shake off the excess starch. Keep doing that until you finish all of them. It will take a while, just be patient. Good food takes effort. On the side here, mix 3/4 cup of cornstarch and half cup plus 1 tablespoon of water. Stir until it is well combined. It should be like a whipping cream texture. Add the coated meat into the cornstarch water. Mix it well. You might ask me, why do I coat the meat with cornstarch twice? I can't explain the science behind it, but I have tried it to coat the meat only once and it did not come out as good. So just stick with this method. The meat is very sticky now. I suggest you to separate them ahead of the time. Unfold it nicely because we're gonna deep fry them. The meat is thin sliced. You want to put them in oil fast. This will allow you to pick up the meat easily and you will not be in a rush. Besides the meat, you will also need some aromatics and vegetables. I got here 2 pieces of spring onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 small piece of carrot, and a small piece of bell pepper. Simply slice the garlic and cut others into shreds. Heat the frying oil to 380 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using soybean oil. You can use any high smoke point oil. When you add the meat in, it will sink to the bottom, but soon it will float to the top. That means the temperature is correct. Don't crowd the wok because they like to stick to each other, so you might need to fry it in batches. I like to do 10 to 12 pieces each batch. Use chopsticks to continue flipping them so they cook evenly. The meat is very thin and it is really easy to overcook them. I will only fry it for less than 2 minutes. Take them out and do the next batch. I will show you the color in a second. This is the first frying. It shouldn't turn golden at all. Even if it's slightly golden, the meat will be overcooked during the second fry. Yes, we are double frying the meat. This time, heat the oil a little bit higher to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Adding all the meat, It is okay if it's a little crowd. Just keep stirring and flipping them. The second fry should be less than 2 minutes as well. Take them out. Now the meat is slightly golden. Shake off any excess oil so it's not too greasy. I normally reuse the frying oil for up to 4 times. Don't need to waste it. Now we're going to make a simple sweet and sour sauce. You will need a 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of water. The wok is getting too hot, so I gave a few stirs to calm it down and continue adding 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 3/8 teaspoon of salt, some cornstarch water, which I just simply mixed 1 teaspoon of cornstarch plus 2 teaspoons of water. Continue stirring it on medium heat until it becomes a thin syrup texture. Introduce the pork back to the wok along with the vegetables that we prepared before. Stir to cook the vegetables, then toss it nicely so the sauce coats everything. And you're done! Plate it up. This looks so good. You're supposed to serve this with rice, but I didn't cook rice today, so I'm just gonna eat it right away. I'm telling you, this is mind-blowing. The vinegar sugar coating is actually very thin. You can barely see sauce in this dish, but the flavor, oh, just so perfect. It's like you're snacking on some crispy sweet and sour pork crackers. This can stay crispy even after it is being sitting for half day, although I certainly believe that it won't last that long. If you like sweet and sour pork, this is an upgrade version of it and you must give it a try. As always, the recipe is in the description box down below the video. You can go check that out and make sure you take a look of my channel, and I'm sure you'll find out how to make your favorite Chinese food. New videos coming out every Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye!